Now, teenage pregnancy can be a crisis for the pregnant girl and her family. Common reactions include anger, guilt, and denial. With the rise in teen pregnancies during the COVID pandemic, the government has issued a directive that expectant students and teen mothers go back to school. I spent some time with teen moms to explore how realistic this hasty return of teen moms to schools is. Tonight, the challenges of readmitting pregnant and nursing students to school as told in their own words.
It was really painful because it was my first time. I didn't know what would go on. I had not experienced this before, so it was very painful. But I just had to go on and do what is supposed to be done.
I'm 16. Got pregnant last year, September, during COVID. I'd gone to visit my grandmother together with my boyfriend and my cousins. I had actually thought of abortion and I had even found a doctor, but I didn't get enough money. Then I got scared after getting the money. I had 3,000 and he was asking for 5,000, but he had told me I could pay him the 3 and then I'll give him the 2 later. But when the day finally arrived and I had to go, I was really scared and I just cancelled.
I was living with my grandmother because I don't have parents. And so when I was living with her, she started abusing me and she was not taking care of me. Nikatoroka nikaenda kwa boyfriend, sasa nikaolewa. Yeah, I was 15 years. Yeah. Nikapata mtoto, nilienda nikainform askari vile nimepata ball, sasa nikapata hiyo courage ya kwenda kuongea na wao.
In the heart of central Kenya is serene haven, and just like the name suggests, here, tucked away from the prying eyes of the public, pregnant teens and teen mothers have found a school away from school.
But here, I'm with him. He is going to breastfeed for 6 months, and he will not take food early.
A safe place where they can continue with their education with the comfort of knowing they are near their babies.
Naweza kusoma, najua kwa sawa pahali yako juu niko karibu na yeye. So waga na concentrate. Yeah.
Classes are in session. The girls' concentration evident in the manner in which they are interacting with their teachers. Their thirst for education is almost palpable. These are teen moms who have found a safe place here, away from public scrutiny.
I know I have let a lot of people down, so it's not easy for me mentally, but I'm learning how to cope with it. Yeah.
Some are expectant. Others were admitted to this school with their babies. These are children with children.
I'm still a child. Yeah.
As class goes on, their babies are left in the care of a volunteer midwife.
If these girls are given a chance to go back to class, even as teen mothers, in future, it will be good for them.
The teen moms take breaks from class to breastfeed their babies. For these mothers, being away from their babies is difficult.
Nikafanya KCP 2019, nikapata 285, nikaitwa shule iko Kericho. Walinipeleka na nikamwacha mtoto home, but nikiwa shule singekaa na amani. Nilikuwa najiuliza, sijui mtoto wangu anakula nini, sijui ama amevalishwa poa, sijui ama ni mgonjwa. Kama kawaida shuleni mfai kupewa simu kila siku. So hiyo ilikuwa inaniumiza sana. Ikafika pahali nikaona sasa sitavumilia tena. Nikatoroka kutoka shule.
These girls, like their counterparts countrywide, have a state guarantee through a public directive that their right to education, albeit pregnant, is guaranteed. Are Kenyan schools equipped to integrate these students?
Everyone here is in the same condition. So I feel like I'm in school and it's normal for us because, if you're not pregnant, you have a child. And no one keeps on reminding you that while you're in class. So I'm able to focus and concentrate, yes.
Reports across the country indicate that a good number of teen moms who got pregnant during the break from schools or when COVID-19 necessitated a lockdown are yet to report back for fear of being victimized.
I was uncomfortable because I didn't know what they are going to say. They would laugh, say that I'm a bad girl, things like that. And they're not the same with me. They don't have a baby, I have one. So I was worried.
Now, tell me, Rose.
Stigma from people and a lot of questions.
Teenage pregnancy is on the rise in the country, but even as the government directs that all teen mothers go back to school, the question is, who is addressing the issue of stigma? Who is addressing the question of who these girls' babies will be left behind with? And finally, who is addressing the issue of behavioral change?
Yes.
Of concern is the fact that the girls disclosed feelings of repression, anger and indifference from their parents.
So I didn't tell my mom directly. I told my aunt, and then we called my mom and we told her. And the first thing she said was, congratulations. But then she told me that she's no longer my mother and I should go and look for another mother.
One, I could not go outside our home because I feared. And my mom also told me not to go out because of the other people, what they would say about her. She's a pastor. Now she was telling me that they will say she doesn't talk to me. So when I went out, it's just going for clinic, or important things like buying baby clothes.
So when you say that...
A clear indicator that even as these teen mums undergo guidance and counselling, their parents may also need some psychological support.
Every teacher here is a TSC registered teacher with textbooks and all that. So what we have had to work around is our timetable, just to be able to accommodate that this girl is breastfeeding and at the same time she needs to go to class. We want to make it for her as comfortable as possible, and that's why the babies are still inside the same compound, because I think when we tell them to go back to school, nobody considered that now this is a mother. She has an attachment to her baby. Leaving the baby behind becomes very difficult for them. Also, nobody considers the fact that this girl needs to learn to be responsible, because now this is a baby. This is another human being she's brought to life. She needs to learn to take care of this other human being because this baby is totally dependent on her. So I think what we are teaching them here, other than the normal curriculum, is that it's very, very important for you to take responsibility of your actions, because we don't want to tell them it's okay to be pregnant at that age. It's not okay. But they are pregnant and there's nothing we are going to do about it. So we are really trying to teach them that responsibility. If you've observed, you've seen that they come back at lunchtime, they wash their babies themselves. We want to bring out a complete woman.
For these teen mums, their dreams of a better future are now more than ever rekindled.
And my dream is to become a cardiologist, and I also want to prove the people who say bad things about me wrong. So I want to make the best of me from here.
As they have been prematurely thrust into motherhood and the responsibilities that come with it.
I've always wanted to do engineering, electrical engineering actually. So I'm still hoping I'll be able to do that and give my child a better life than the one I have.
While teen pregnancies may have been exacerbated by the government's closure of schools to curb the spread of COVID-19, it is a perennial problem in the country.